Welcome everyone, Adam, the Woo here. Still a little bit under the weather, but speaking of weather, it's a little cloudy outside. Not even wearing my sunglasses because even though I am under the weather, I'm technically under some other weather in the form of clouds. Welcome back to Florida, Adam. Here's some rain for you. That's basically what the state of Florida is telling me. I do feel a little bit better than yesterday. I still have a little bit of a cloggage in the nostril regions and a little bit of a sore throat, but I do have some coffee, some warm coffee, and man, it feels really good to have some warm coffee on a little bit of a sore throat here on hump day. Some people call Wednesdays hump day because that means you're halfway to the weekend, and everyone loves a good weekend, and everyone loves a good hump day. It's my second channel, daily blog channel. It's the Daily Woo. I didn't really see that last crescendo coming, but I said it anyway. It's the Daily Coffee and the Daily Woo. 30 years ago, actually around 30 years ago, a lot of fantastic movies that were cultural icons still to this day, that still hold up to this day, came out. And I'm a big fan of 80s movies. I'm talking about Back to the Future type movies. I'm talking about Goonies type movies. And I'm also talking about a little film by the name of Ghostbusters. Maybe you've seen it. It came out 30 years ago. And the coffee company that I'm actually drinking up in Kissimmee, which is about a 15-mile, 20-minute drive, give or take, depending on how the crow flies or my van drives from my house. There is no Krispy Kreme in St. Cloud, Florida. So Krispy Kreme, if you're listening, this coffee is good. Yes, it is. Very good. Krispy Kreme. Shout out to the overload of sugar and cream and the crispiness of the cream that is in this. But Krispy Kreme, if you're watching this video, which you might not be, maybe you are. Maybe I'll tweet you on Twitter or post a hashtag on Instagram. Maybe you'll see this video. You should build one in St. Cloud, Florida, because everyone loves Krispy Kreme, and I can't get enough of this coffee. 30 years ago, Ghostbusters came out, the fantastic movie about a group of gentlemen who were here to save the world from ghosts, especially New York City. I've been to the Ghostbusters firehouse exteriors in New York City, and I've also been to the interiors in Los Angeles, downtown Los Angeles. A lot of people don't know the interiors and exteriors were two different locations. Well, this guy that's drinking coffee right now has been to both the locations of Ghostbusters Firehouse, which is amazing. You can find those on the Adam the Woo channel. Just go over to Adam the Woo, type in Ghostbusters Firehouse. You can see that. Actually, I take that back. The interiors were on my main channel, Adam the Woo. Go over to the Adam the Woo channel. You, sir. Go over to Adam the Woo and look up the interiors. And then I did a Daily Woo in New York City. I was there, about 5 or 6 months ago, and I did the exteriors, which is awesome. Ghostbusters is a classic, and Krispy Kreme has released these. Look at this. That's a dozen. That's a dozen. Look at this. When there's something sweet in the neighborhood, who you gonna call? Krispy Kreme! 30th anniversary. Look at that. 30th anniversary. And there's a ghost popping through the circle of non-circles. It has an X through it, which means it is not allowed to be here. You are not allowed to be here, ghost. You are not allowed to be here. Be gone, ghost. Be gone. Look at this 30-year-old ghost. I'm 30. Woo, woo, I'm 30. I ain't afraid of no toy. I don't know why I said that like Mr. T, but I did say that. All right, Krispy Kreme donuts. I am not sponsored by Krispy Kreme. I had to pay full retail price for these. Gladly did I pay. I think they were $11 for a dozen. I think they're like $1.29 each, or a dozen for the whopping price of about $11 plus tax. Not bad. Plus it's like a $2 coffee. $13, and I have the excitement of sharing with you, sir, ma'am. And I know children love Ghostbusters also. Because who doesn't love taking a ghost like this guy right here, this guy, and saying, "Be gone, ghost, be gone, be gone, ghost, be gone." All right, they have two different types of donuts that reside right inside this box. Are you ready? Are you ready for these? The reason I got a dozen, let me clarify, is because they were a little bit cheaper to get the dozen, and I figured I would take some back to the house. I'm in St. Cloud for a couple days before I go on my next road trip that I talked about in the vlog yesterday, and I'll be posting more information later on tonight about my road trip up to Pigeon Forge, Knoxville, Gatlinburg, Chattanooga. That was all in yesterday's vlog, so check that out. So I'm going to be snacking on these the rest of the couple days, maybe the next few days. I'll be snacking on these before I leave on my road trip. Let's be honest, I'm going to have these eaten in the next 5 to 10 minutes. But for the sake of the vlog, I will say they're going to last me a week, but they're not. I'm going to probably consume every one of these, not only in the vlog, but later on, because nothing goes better with coffee than donuts, especially the shape of... What am I saying? All right, I've lost my mind. All right, here we go. Prepare yourself now for the donuts. Look at those. Six of each. 6 plus 6 makes a dozen. All right, do you want to try one? We're going to have a taste test right now. Right now. All right, there's two different ones. The first one here, of course, has our old buddy Slimer. Our old buddy Slimer, which is right there, with a little bit of slimy goo festooned on the front of this donut. I'm going in blindly. I do not have any idea what is inside of these. So prepare yourself now. Join me, shall you, as I eat. Oh, man, look at this. Looks like that's some sort of a sugary goodness. Actually, that's not Slimer. That's a regular ghost. But Slimer has been here because there's the green Slimer ooze. I got confused in my excitement about what was... All right, I'm eating it now. Oh, man. Filled with cream. Look at the cream there. I ain't afraid of no cream. Woo! That is good. That's what a ghost sounds like. Oh my gosh, that is messy and good and full of gooey goodness. All right, I'm going to eat this. I'm going to eat that guy. That is tasty. Very good. Oh man, look at this cream all over my mouth. I can imagine the YouTube trolls are going to be leaving some great comments about the amount of cream I have around my mouth right now, but I'm beating you to it. YouTube trolls. There should be something called Trollbusters, which means there should be a group of gentlemen that go around busting YouTube trolls. I ain't afraid of no troll. Oh, man. That is tasty. I'm going to wash it down with some coffee. Oh, man. That is not bad. And what makes it even better is the fact that there's actually a ghost on the front of it. Now I have stuff all over my hands. Ready for round number 2? Round number 2? We're ready for, you guessed it, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Here we come. Stay Puft. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I wonder if this guy's got cream in him too. I'm going to start by eating his hat. You ready? Oh man, that is a... Hear that? You hear that? Hear that? It's a big chunk of sugar. that I've just ingested. Probably not good for my cold, but yesterday I slept a lot, took a lot of NyQuil, dozed off, and slept quite a bit. Speaking of ghosts, a lot of people say that my roof looks like an evil ghost. Ooh, I need to get the Ghostbusters in here. Get rid of that. Ooh. I'm getting hyped up on some sugar right now. This little smiling guy, he ain't going to be smiling much longer because he's about to be consumed in my belly. What am I even saying? Oh, man, I wish you were here to enjoy these treats with me. I would share the rest of my dozen. I'm going to take these back to my mom's house, which I'm staying at the next few days, before I hit the road up north a little bit into Tennessee and Georgia. So I'm sure my mom and dad will be consuming some of these later, because they don't like ghosts either. We want to abolish the ghosts. Speaking of ghosts, I've been doing a lot of Halloween videos lately, because it is the Halloween season. It's also the 30th anniversary of Ghostbusters season. And this Stay Puft Marshmallow Man tastes pretty dang tasty. In fact, they both taste very similar. The only difference is the exterior non-nether regions of the donuts taste a little different, but the cream inside is pretty much the same. Krispy Kreme, I will be tweeting you on Twitter and hashtagging you on Instagram. Anybody else sees this, make sure Krispy Kreme sees this video, sees my review, and how wonderful their donuts are. Krispy Kreme in general are really good. I'm about to choke. You should probably not consume Krispy Kreme 30th anniversary Ghostbusters donuts as fast as I did while consuming copious amounts of coffee. But man, that is excellent. Thank you, Krispy Kreme, for delving into my childhood nether regions and giving me the excitement that is. Who you gonna call? Krispy Kreme, Donuts, or Ghostbusters, or Bill Murray, who I think wants nothing to do with Ghostbusters anymore, but it doesn't matter because Dan Aykroyd is stoked about Ghostbusters 4, which I think, isn't Ghostbusters 4 actually happening? Will anybody see Ghostbusters 4? I think more people, I don't know, I may be incorrect, more people will probably consume Krispy Kreme's donuts than will actually go see Ghostbusters 4, but I don't know. I love Ghostbusters, so you can count me in, sitting in the seat, watching Ghostbusters 4 or 3, or is it 2? I'm confused. There's so much sugar in my head. How many Ghostbusters are there? I know there's 10 ghosts in there. How many Ghostbusters will combat with these guys? With these guys!